What's going on, YouTube family? In today's video, we're going to talk about a serious topic that not a lot of people talk about. And we're in an industry where health is not on our side. So I'm going to talk to you guys about my journey, what I did to lose a big amount of weight in a short period of time, and help you guys understand that there is ways as a truck driver. It's not easy. Nothing is easy in this world or in this life. This will help out a lot of different people, from truck drivers to farmers to construction workers, anyone that works long days and isn't home and maybe doesn't have gyms right at their fingertips all the time. There is ways. So stay tuned right to the end of this video, and I'm gonna share with you my experience and how you guys can achieve your goals. It's not easy, but we can all do it. Okay guys, so today we're going to talk about fitness, exercise, how calories in and calories out work, and how being in a calorie deficit will help you short term and long term. Like I said, we're in an industry where it's not healthy. We have a job to do and we keep the world going around, but at the end of the day we're sacrificing our own lives, bodies, the way we just sit for hours and hours. I do it, you guys do it, we all do it. Some of the hardest jobs, like construction workers, farmers, truck drivers, we all keep the world going, and we sacrifice. So to start off, I've wrote down the key points. I've got out my book, the numbers, how I figured it out, and you guys can do it the same way. So I'm going to share with you guys the first step. For me, I've always been fairly healthy, in and out of sports my whole life and the gym. I woke up one day and realized I didn't want to look the way I was looking anymore. I always try to keep my weight down to 200, 215. I looked okay. But it got to the point where I looked in the mirror one day and, you see the love handles and you see your stomach rolling over your belt and this and that, and no one wants to see that or feel that. That's a lot of weight to be carrying around. And I'm just going to start by this. Picture going to the grocery store and buying the 1 pound butters you can get, the square 1 pound butters, and figure if you want to lose 20 pounds, put 20 of those in one grocery bag and carry that. It's gonna make you sick to your stomach. And when you look at it that way, it'll give you a whole different perspective on life. So to start, you guys are going to want to go on to Google, or any of the websites. You can go on healthline.com or Google. You're going to find in the Google search, you're going to put in, you want to find out what your BMR is. So that is your basal metabolic rate. You're going to want to write that down into a journal or a book. It's going to be your first step. So what that's going to give you is like your numbers. So the calorie numbers that you need to maintain. Some of those websites are going to tell you a calorie intake that you should have for losing weight. And then some of them will even tell you the calorie intake for losing weight fast. Now, as truck drivers and, guys that don't get a lot of exercise, we sit around for 14 hours a day, these numbers are going to mean a lot. So, for example, you go on there, find out those numbers, write it down on a piece of paper. So, for example, this was one of my numbers. 209 pounds. Okay, so that's going to give you a calorie intake to maintain that 209 pounds. The calorie intake on 209 pounds to maintain is 2,060 calories a day. Now, that number comes, you'll be able to find this out too, is you also want to know your number for what you burn just sitting around. And as truck drivers, that's going to be crucial to figure out that number. So for me, when I was at 209 pounds, I would burn 2,060 calories a day. That would maintain that weight if I intaked that many calories. Now, if I want to lose weight at 209 pounds, you'd want to lower that number. Now, this is going to change a bit once we get to the end of the video. To lose weight at that, you'd want to say intake 1,860 calories, because then you're putting yourself in a calorie deficit. If you want to lose weight even faster, I don't recommend it, because the faster you lose weight, you're more likely to put the weight back on. It's happened time and time again. 9 times out of 10 people that lose weight, you could go from 240 pounds to 200 pounds in 4 months, say. But the faster you lose that weight, I'm promising you're probably going to put the weight back on, because then you're going to go back to all your bad habits. So, and a lot of people do that. It happens, and if it happens, then you just got to readjust your food and what you're doing. So those are those numbers to start. Now, when I started this journey and I looked in the mirror and got disgusted, I was at 240 pounds. And like I said to you guys, I always stuck between 200 and maybe 215. 240 pounds I started at. Being a truck driver, being over the road, you just slowly put the weight more and more on. Because these fast food restaurants are right at our fingertips. It's easy. And we're going to talk about that a bit more too. Because it's not always about what you're eating. Fast food, you can eat it. There's going to be people that argue with me. But you can. There's ways, and I will tell you. So, get your numbers that you need to write that all down. You're going to have your starting number. So you're going to put in whether you're male or female, your height, your weight, your age. And if you want to get a true number, because some of these websites might give you different numbers, compare 3 and take out of the 3 websites you look up, take the closest number, whatever you feel like is good. Whatever ones were accurate and fairly close together, use those numbers to start. And when you weigh yourself, people do this all the time. Do not weigh yourself every day. You will get discouraged, and a lot of people fail because of it. You weigh yourself once a week, either every Friday, Saturday, Sunday, whatever day you're home. Weigh yourself once a week, and you want to weigh yourself after your morning pee. Sounds stupid, but it's true. Because then you're getting all the fluids out of your body, and you will get an accurate reading. Make sure your scale is flat. Do that once a week. Have a check-in list weekly. And then you can set your goals, right? So you get those numbers, and then the app I used was MyFitnessPal app. It's an Under Armour app. It's free to download on, I have an iPhone. Download that app. You're going to put in your goals, what you want to achieve, your weight, and all that, your information. It's safe, I promise. Several people in my family have used it. And you're going to keep track of all your foods. It's going to keep track of your calorie intake, how many calories you have left for a day, how many carbs, sugars, all that stuff, fats, all the stuff you should be intaking. And then it will tell you what's left for the day. So at the end of the day, say you have 200 calories and you're still a little bit hungry, you can figure out what you can have. So say you have 200 calories left, this many carbs, this many sugars. You can go to Walmart and buy boxes of protein bars, and those are easy for us truck drivers. And you can get the one I used to have was 180 calories. So you could have one of those, say an hour, 2 hours before bed. You want to try not to eat too much before bed. You want to have time to digest your food. So that's the start to all this. Then you're going to want to figure out your exercise. What can you do while you're on the road? Whether you're going to go for a walk or run, put a pedal bike in your trailer if you run flatbed, or some guys you can get the fold-up pedal bikes to go inside your truck even. I've seen guys do it. So once you can figure out all that, so say you're, like we were talking about, the 2,060 calories to maintain the weight you currently have. And then I told you guys for weight loss, 1860. And if you want extreme weight loss, then you can go lower. But 2,000 calories a day is a safe number. And this is based on the number that I was at a time. You guys' numbers will be different. And keep in mind, I'm no doctor. I haven't been trained in this, but I've been around people a long time that do this stuff. I've spent a lot of years in the gym, and I've learned a lot. And what I've learned works. It works for me, and it has worked for other people. I have guided people in the right direction before, and they've been extremely happy with the results. But I don't claim to know everything. But I'm gonna promise you guys, if you do kind of what I'm saying right now, it worked for me, but it will work for you guys. So back to the 2,060 calorie number to maintain. That was the number that I would burn in a day at rest, which means not doing anything. Your body will always burn calories, even if we're sitting in a seat driving down a road for 14 hours. So once you get that number, say for instance, you are going to park and you're going to go for a 5 kilometer run or walk, or a 3 mile. 5 kilometers, it works out to 3 miles. So say you're going to do that every day or every other day. You do not have to do it every day. Say you're going to go for a 5 kilometer or 3 mile run or walk. That 2,060 calories to maintain that, say you would burn at rest doing nothing. Well, you just drop that down for numbers, just say 300 calories. So now you are in a calorie deficit because now you've done exercise. So now you've lowered that calorie number intake, that so you took in 2060 calories. You've lowered that by 300 calories. So now you're in a deficit, which means you are gonna lose weight. So even if you don't exercise every day, say you do that one day, go for a walk or a run or a bike ride, but then the next day you don't. Well, the day you don't exercise and you know you're not gonna, try to only intake 1,800 calories that day instead of, say, 2,000, because you're still in your deficit. It is good to work out and exercise, but not all of us have the luxury to be able to do that. So that's how it's just a number, you're just juggling numbers back and forth. So for instance, for me, when I did it at a little bit of a rapid pace, but I would go for, say, a 5 kilometer walk almost every day, probably say 5 days a week. For me, because when I was on the road, you can work out a little bit. Doing flatbed, it's easy because you're doing moving tarps, you're moving chains and binders, and you're doing it quick. So you're getting a workout. But if you don't have that luxury of, say, doing flatbed, you can get yourself some dumbbells from Walmart or any fitness store. You can pretty much work out almost every body part with a set of dumbbells. You can do chest, you can do shoulders, you can do biceps, triceps. You can even do legs. You hold the dumbbells and do squats. Or, then you can go get a mat to put in your trailer if you do flatbed, or if you're comfortable, do it in the parking lot or in your bed or in your bunk. Do crunches. Having a strong abs or a strong core will actually help you if you have, say, a bad back. Over time you'll slowly lose some weight, and then your abs are going to get stronger, and you're going to notice back pain will go away, and a lot of us truck drivers get that. You just stay loose. So there's ways to do a lot of different exercises, and there's YouTube's a wonderful thing. I have a few guys I watch that are in bodybuilding, and they do amazing. But again, that's their body. But I'll watch their workouts and take their tips and tricks, and I'll put it in my own spin. So for me, I would try to go to the gym Friday, Saturday, Sunday, if when I was home. And then for me, a lot of you guys know I do 2 trips a week, so I'd always try to swing by and get one work in through the week, halfway in the week. So basically, I'd go to the gym 4 times a week, sometimes 5 if I had the time to, but then I do stuff in the truck. I'd lift heavy weights or medium weights, and you just keep your muscles working. If you want to get bigger, the key is you want to tear the muscle. It sounds painful, and then you're going to feed it with healthy food, protein, and you'll get bigger, and you're going to see your physique build up. But we can talk about that after if you guys want to bulk up. I am pretty good at doing that, but I'm just giving you guys the whole theory on losing weight while on the road. It's calories in, calories out. Calorie deficit is what you want to be in. So we talked about the numbers and how you get in that calorie deficit. So if you're going to do exercise, you want that number that you would burn at rest to be what the computer spits out at you or tells you. If it's 2,000, do 2,000. If you can exercise to put yourself in more of a deficit, guess what? All that means is at the end of the week, that scale, the number on that scale is going to drop. And it will. You're going to notice your first week of anyone's first week, really, I find, of dieting and losing weight. That number you see the first week is usually going to be water weight. A lot of things we drink or eat has sodium in it. So sodium will turn into, therefore, water, which will mean you're going to hold a lot of water weight. So the less sodium you can you want to keep your sodium down to a certain extent. I know how to play the game with my body eventually. Maybe you guys already do know your body very well when it comes to this kind of stuff. But if not, you'll figure it out. I know what to eat, what to do to make my sodium and my water. I can pull my water dry and fluctuate the scale day to day if I have to. And a lot of guys that have been doing this for a long time, they know how to do that. So when you go into a truck stop, as far as what I had to eat, or what you may be asking, what can I eat? You want to eat 3 to 5 meals a day. Smaller portions. They always say the size of your palm, your hand, is what your meal size should be. So for me, what I used to do is, you go into a truck stop in the morning, if you have the time. Say you get an omelet. Get your vegetables in your egg omelet. Eggs are safe. So you're going to get that. And then if you download that MyFitnessPal app, the Under Armour app, you're going to put that in your phone. And it'll tell you how many calories it was. For me, I never used ketchup, mustard on anything. I used hot sauce because there's no calories. So that's what I always used, was hot sauce. So in the morning, you have your egg or your omelet. I didn't have any toast. Bread is not your best friend when it comes to dieting. Especially if you want to see results fast, cut bread out. I will promise you, and I'll tell you a little story about that after, but you cut the bread out, you're going to be safe. So have your breakfast, your omelet. For me, there's days when I was busy, so I would just have a protein bar in the morning with a bottle of water if I didn't have time to stop anywhere until I could get somewhere. And you can buy the big boxes of the protein bars from Walmart or any fitness store. But you want to make sure they're not too high in calories. You don't want to get, like, say, the 300 calorie ones, because then that's going to eat out of your calorie intake for the day. And then lunch comes. You could, a lot of these truck stops now, they have menus that are healthier choices. So you could get like chicken, or say a steak, or a salad. You always want to have your protein in there. So if you get a salad, try to get some chicken in it. Now say you're stopping at Wendy's on the road. People think, oh, it's not healthy there. Well, Wendy's has salads. So get a salad and then ask them for just a chicken, just a piece of chicken, whether it's a spicy chicken. Yeah, it's breaded. It's not going to be the greatest, or see if they can give you a salad with chicken in it. Beef, like burgers, they're not terrible for you, but take it off the bun. Get your salad and just rip up the burger. Tell them not to put any ketchup, mustard. It's boring, but it works. Eating healthy, you can make it fun. A lot of guys say different things on this. They say, oh, you don't have to eat the plain foods. Like, there's a stereotype, like bodybuilders. It's vegetables, chicken the next meal, rice, this and that. Yes, rice has carbs in it and can be bad, but not if you portion control. If you measure out your sizes, it's not bad for you. So there is waste around at truck stops. Healthier, the better. because this is where the problem boils in. Say you can have 2,000 calories a day. That's your maintenance and what you burn, okay, in a day. What happens if you go to McDonald's, for instance, and you grab a coffee in the morning, or Tim Hortons and you grab a breakfast sandwich and then 2 hash browns and a donut or a muffin? First of all, it's a lot of carbs. Second of all, say you just ate out of, say, 1,000, say that first meal a day was 1,000 calories. Now lunch rolls around, we're rolling down the road and we stop in at McDonald's or Wendy's. Say you go in there and you get a whole meal and you want a burger on the side because you're hungry. Say that was 2,000 calories. Well, now you're already at 3,000 calories in 2 meals and you still haven't had dinner yet. So then you're having, say, another 1,000 calories. So now you're at 4,000 calories for the day. You're way over that 2,060 calories now. You're not going to burn that off in a day. So that's how people get caught up and end up gaining weight, is because it's so easy, and people don't realize how fast those calories build up in a day. So if you can have a breakfast that's 400 or 500 calories, eggs and almonds are really good for you. They're low calories, no carbs. That's why a lot of people do chicken, because there's next to no, it's healthy and it's clean food. So you want to spread out that 2,000 calories through the day. And like I said, if you're still hungry before bed, you just fit something else small in there. So that's how you kind of balance. You just got to watch. I'm not saying you can't eat McDonald's or Wendy's or anything like that. You can. I do it time to time. It's not the healthiest choice, but it's all juggling those numbers. I know if I have McDonald's for a meal, then I have to have a smaller breakfast, and it means I had McDonald's for lunch, but now I have to have a smaller dinner. So you're more likely to be hungrier by the end of the day. So it's just all a juggle. So it's calories in, calories out. If you're in a calorie deficit, you will always lose weight. Now, for drinking stuff, a lot of us truck drivers drink coffee. I don't. I've been driving 11, almost 12 years. I've never drank coffee. I don't like it. But I like the pick-me-up in the morning, the boost of, say, caffeine. So I started drinking energy drinks. You can get 10 calorie or 0 calorie energy drinks. They do have sodium. So the one I had here this morning was 220 milligrams of sodium in one can, 3 carbs, which is nothing. Honestly, it's nothing. 10 calories is really nothing. These energy drinks you can get from the US have 300 milligrams of caffeine. That gives you your boost. But there's a lot of truck drivers that they'll have 2, 3, 4, maybe even 6 coffees a day. Coffee isn't bad for you if you drink it black. They say 1 large coffee a day is actually good. Black coffee, not with all the sugar and cream. The sugar and cream and all that stuff, the milk, that's what's going to add up in a day, especially if you're someone that drinks a lot. So for me, these are the healthier way. If you like black coffee, perfect. But if you're someone that adds a lot of stuff into it, it gets bad for you. So I recommend the 0 calorie, there's no sugar, energy drinks. It's the same thing. People always say to me, oh, you're going to give yourself a heart attack because you're drinking the energy drinks. Yeah, but these are virtually a coffee, and I don't drink coffee. So they're good. Your calories are down. You're not adding any calories to your day. And then I'll have a bottle of water every morning. Just kind of gets everything flowing. As far as pop, when I'm trying to watch what I'm eating or I'm dieting or cutting down, because I like to cut down in the summertime. So when I'm cutting weight in the summertime, basically the wintertime is kind of my reset time. I try to maintain my weight. A lot of people do that. And then come like March, um, people want to kind of get their summer bodies, get in better shape. They call it your beach body. So you want to try to, like I was saying, water, drink lots of water. Helps get everything moving, flushes everything out. Uh, when I'm dieting, I used to drink Coke, which is bad, like a lot of sugar. So I have like Diet Coke now or Pepsi, like Diet Pepsi. No calories, no sugar. It has you got sodium, so I usually will have one Diet Coke or Diet Pepsi with lunch, one with dinner. And because a lot of people like their pop. Uh, I'll have one energy drink in the morning when I'm dieting, and then I'll have lots of water, and then I'll just have maybe one or two pops a day. And so while doing this, the key is if you can, like I said, if you got to stop somewhere on the road, do it. Just you have to really watch those numbers and make sure you're putting your calories and all your info into that app that I told you guys to download. It keeps track of it for you, and then you can go back and see day to day what you are, and then you input your weight as it changes, and you can set new goals for yourself. If you have the option to pre-plan your meals when you're on the road, like for me, for instance, I can pre-do 2, 3 meals a day, and then I'll have a box of like protein bars in the truck. Or you can even get like, they call them Special K chips. Uh, they're like crackers, but you can have 18 of those chips and you count them out. It's not easy, but you count those chips out, and they're like 80 calories for 18 or 19 chips. So there's things you can eat where you can keep your calorie intake down for the day. And in this app too, I didn't mention, say with those chips, you can actually on the app scan the barcode on the box of the chip things or the bags, and it'll automatically input it into that app for you. But if you have the option to pre-do your meals, so we used to buy containers, and um, I'll measure out chicken. I'll cook chicken breasts on the barbecue or on the stove, and I'll put it on a scale, cut it up, and I always like to cut my meats and stuff into small pieces, because a lot of people, when you're hungry, what you'll do is they'll chew it a little bit, then they just swallow it. Well, the smaller the pieces, the better, because it'll digest faster. You get it in your body and get it back out. And then I'll measure out, say, some rice. And like I said, I don't put like soya sauce or anything. I'll just put drizzle hot sauce on it. No calories or very low. And it's better for you. I don't put any salt on anything. For me, it's always worked. You don't have to do plain foods, it's all preference. But I've learned over the years of doing this on and off that the old school way and that plain stuff is what works. It's effective and it works quick. So, I'll have a half a cup of rice with, say, 5 or 6 ounces of chicken and maybe some salad or something. When I'm at home, I'll cook. My diet changes from being at work to being home. It's easier when you're at home. So I'll have like an omelet. You can put spinach in the pan and then your omelet. And vegetables like peppers, onion, all that stuff. So you do that. So you pre-plan your meals. For me, I'm always back by the house, typically once through the week. I leave Sunday, I'm back around Tuesday, sometimes Wednesday, and then I go back out till Thursday or Friday. My 2 trips a week. So I'll take enough, and then the wife would meet up with me and bring me my other containers, or I'd stop at home, grab the other containers for the next 2 or 3 days. If you guys have that option, then it's better. But if you don't, there's ways to do it, like I said, at the truck stop. So that's kind of a bit of what I did. So I went from 240 pounds down to 200. Now, right now, I'm gonna start cutting again, and I try to hold myself in the off months in between 200, and now I like to be in between 200 and 210. It's a good number. You stay fit, you look good. But like I said, don't let anyone discourage you. It's not easy. Nothing's easy. If it was, everyone would do it. Everyone would be thin. It's just, you guys can do it, I promise. If I can do it, you guys can do it. My uncle, he got on the journey with me last summer. I guess it would have been before the pandemic. And my uncle was someone that loved bread, loved sandwiches, and he drank Coca-Cola. And he drank a lot of it. And I said to him, you gotta stop with it. You gotta stop with so much bread. Just cut that out and you'll lose weight. So I got him on a meal plan, and we went to the gym together, and I kind of coached him in the right direction. And he looks amazing now. He went from 260 pounds to his lowest of 200, and I think he's sitting around about anywhere between 200 and 215. And he loves yogurt, so like his bedtime snack, he'll be fat-free yogurt, or in the breakfast he'll have fat-free yogurt and maybe put berries in it or something. You can buy bags of blueberries. We love that. And it's all in what you want, what kind of foods you like. So if you guys have any questions about this, I can get more in depth with you guys. Add me on Instagram. It's Canadian.Southpaw on Instagram. You guys can private message me on there, and I can kind of coach you in the right direction and guide you through what you need to do for the kind of food you like, the body structure you have now. It's a lot of information, so it's hard for me to put it all in one video for everybody. But just know it's possible with hard work. It's not easy. But I wouldn't change anything I've done in the past for anything, and it's all in what you want. For me, I'm young. I have young kids. I'd like to live a good long life. And what we do, it's hard on people. There's truck drivers out here that they die of heart attacks, or the craziest stuff happens, and that's just no life. I love what I do. I won't change it for anything, but there's a better lifestyle to live in doing this stuff. You guys know I always go to Peoria. I have my running shoes in my truck. I go for long walks. If it's nice and it's not raining, and I'll do stuff. But if you have the ability to exercise a little bit and watch what you eat, I'm encouraging this app. This isn't paid advertisement, but my Fitness Pal app, and it's an Under Armour app, and it will help you and guide you in the right direction. And like I said, share this video, send it off the wall, send it viral. It would be amazing. I'm doing this for you guys, because my journey, was amazing and it worked, and I've done it over and over again. But I'd love to see other people get into it. There's a lot of guys that have asked me, how do I stay fit on the road? It's not easy, but it's possible. And it's possible for you guys. So like I said, add me to Instagram, message me anytime, any day. I will answer you, and I will coach you into the right direction and come up with a plan for you. Not a lot of gyms are open right now in Ontario or Canada with the pandemic, so that part makes it harder, but you go buy the weights, buy a few dumbbells. You can do it. So like I said, guys, live your life so you're happy. And if this is what you want to try, then by all means, you can do it. And I'll be there with you and guide you in the right direction if you have any questions. I don't know it all, but I know what I've done, and I know what I've done for other people, and it works. So hopefully you found this video educational. Please like, subscribe, drop lots of comments, and if you haven't subscribed already, please do so. And share this video on your Facebook, your Instagrams, everywhere. Send it crazy. It's a topic that's not talked about. I would love to get it out there. And yeah, just live your life and be happy, like I said. Until next time, keep the shiny side up. Try to stay fit. It's not easy. And I hope this works for you. I will see you guys in the next video. See you later.